Hello friends, welcome to the last video of meaning, scope and significance of political science. So this is last video of this topic and we are going to do significance, utility, importance of studying political science. So what is significance? What is utility or importance? Mahatav. Why this subject should be studied? It is about this thing. What what importance it has in the life of normal people, common citizen, right? So before that, let's recap. We have done in this topic so far meaning, origin of the word politics, introduction of the topic, and we have done two different point of views, traditional point of views and modern point of views, and after that we did a scope of political science and now the significance of political science. So somebody has rightly said uh, politics is interested in you from womb to tomb. Whether you are interested in politics or not, it doesn't matter, right? Every individual, everyone who are living in the society or living in a state are directly or indirectly concerned with politics. And in this regard, Robert Dahl rightly says that politics is one of the unavoidable facts of human existence. Right? So it is very important that we should have knowledge of political science, and we should also know the importance, right, it has in our lives. So a political science is important in many ways. Let us read and find out the importance of political science. So I have made the points and I will explain these points for you in easy language. Try to understand it. Sit with your pen and notebooks and write all the points and try to write the explanations also in easy language. First point is it makes good citizen. Right? A citizen of a state, of any state, should have knowledge about that state. It should he or she should also have the knowledge of the government, what kind of government is there. Also she should be aware of the rights and duties of the citizens, and one should also be aware about the constitution and constitutional system. So it is very important that citizens should have knowledge of political science. If citizens are aware of those rights, they become better citizen and they are asset to the state. The next point is it gives knowledge about the state. A man cannot live in jungle, right? A man lives in society, and living in society he forms certain association, right? And society and state is that association which runs the government. So an individual cannot develop without the help of the state, right? A person takes birth in the state and dies in it. So one should have knowledge about the state, what kind of state she is living in it, and how knowing the rights and duties can get most out of the state for its development. So political science, by studying political science, one gets knowledge about the state. Let's move to the third point, it gives knowledge about the government. And as we know that state has four elements and four essential elements. Out of that, government is one of the any element, right? Those essential element, and the common man should have knowledge about the government also, right? Generally, a common man does not differentiate between the state and the government. He takes both the same, but it is not so. The government is an organ of the state, right? A machinery of the state which runs the state activities on behalf of the state, on behalf of the people. So by studying government, people come to know about various kinds of government and are able to differentiate between state and government, and are also able to find out which kind of government is the best form of the government. So it is possible only through studying political science. So it is very important to study political science. Move to the next point. It is helpful for the success of democracy. Democracy means the government of the people. Demos or demos means people, cracy means to rule, rule of the people. And if people are not aware about its own rules, right? As in modern age, democracy is the most popular form of rule or form of government. So if the rulers themselves are not aware of their rules, then the rule is not going to be successful. By studying political science, the people become conscious about its rules. They come to know about the responsibilities of the government and their own rights and duties, and this way they takes more and more participation for the betterment of the state, for the betterment of the people. So it is very helpful for the success of democracy. Let's move to the next point. Next point is, it is helpful. It gives us knowledge of rights and duties. Every state gives certain rights to the people, also certain duties. As we have our rights, fundamental rights, in the third part of the constitutions, right? And we have also duties in fourth A part of the constitution. If normally people are not aware of those rights and duties, so by studying political science, people come to know about their rights and duties, and study of political science makes the individual aware of it, and this way they are better citizens, as well as are helpful in the running of the government, and also helpful in obeying the laws made by the state, right? So it is very important to study political science. Next, it is helpful in the selection of political ideologies. Throughout the histories, there are many ideologies been given by different political thinkers of the different times, and those ideologies are basically the product of the time in which time they have taken birth. They have seen the system scenario of the time. So basically the ideologies are the product of social, economic and political conditions of a particular time. So taken into consideration the situation, they give certain ideologies for the betterment of the development for the state, right? For the kind about the kind of the government. And by studying political science, one become aware of it, and it becomes very easy for them to choose which kind to choose the ideology, which ideologies would be helpful for them.